That's fun.
I love it. It like sets the podcast vibe. It's perfect.
The other thing I noticed is that, and I was playing this before we got on.
Mm-hmm.
We can have lo-fi music.
Ooh.
And then I can just hit our jam.
Yep.
And
Nice.
turn it up.
But see, now I'm like, all right, so we could do a whole soundboard and special effects and all sorts of fun stuff.
And also, like, we have hold music. So
you have hold and elevator music, just what we need in a podcast. Well, welcome to the Big Damn Podcast, the monthly behind-the-scenes peek into our production and distribution company, Big Damn Films. Welcome, everyone, to the first post-stroke edition of the Big Damn Podcast. I'm Logan Liskovec, COO and co-owner of Big Damn Films. And joining me today, as he's not quite dead yet, is our CEO and co-owner of Big Damn Films, Michael Chain.
That was brilliant. I didn't think it was going to sound as funny the first time.
Yep.
I already have difficulty holding a coffee mug, so trying not to laugh was a new workout.
There you go.
Yeah, Jen and I just recorded an update video because the last video I did about the stroke was 5 weeks in when I still sounded worse.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, let's do an update.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a big nap after this because that's a lot of talking in 2 hours.
I believe it. But hopefully you can hear the difference because there has certainly been marked improvement.
There's marked improvement. I can definitely I can hear it, but as you're hearing and as everybody else is going to hear and see, like, I still have a bit of a delay as I'm processing. So going to speak at a panel is going to be fun. So yeah, for those playing the home game, on May 14th, I had a stroke. Pretty serious one, because it's 14 weeks later, and I'm at about 75 to 80%.
Yeah.
Depending on the thing. There's things that I'm also still at like 40%, like the ability to hold a coffee mug in my left hand. But the show goes on. It's also, as you and I have talked about, given me perspective.
Yes. Yeah, big perspective.
Yeah. What's crazy is the furthest I get from the day it happened, the less details I know or remember. It's like my brain's like, well, this is, you almost died. Pretty traumatic. Not going to think about it anymore. So I'll tell the quick story because Jen and I just talked about it. I woke up May 14th thinking I was getting ready to go to work.
Yep.
Go downstairs, and I have a pretty strict and normal routine I go through, which is I go down, I feed the dog and a cat, I make tea for Jen, I do the dishes from the night before, I put tea down on the coffee table for her, so when she starts her day, she has that, and then I go get ready for work.
Right.
Now I interject because Jen and I both got COVID before the vaccines. And we got the take you out for 3 months COVID bad. So doing that routine exhausted me during COVID.
Yep.
So I thought I might have had COVID again because I did that routine, and by the time I got upstairs to change my clothes and shower for work. Not in that order. Um, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And dizzy.
Hmm.
And Jen leans over and touches the left side of my body,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't feel it. It's all tingles. um, and I'm adamant that I'm going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, you need to sit down. I'm like, I still have to go to work.
Right.
Again, it's just COVID, right?
Sure.
So I could at least go in the office, get my laptop, and work from home.
Right. Right.
And then my ability to speak
Mm-hmm.
started to go. And the left side of my face started losing muscles.
That
So
classic drooping symptom.
it wasn't that bad yet. It was
Mm-hmm.
just I was talking like Drew Barrymore. I was like, there's one side of my face,
Mm-hmm.
like I went to the dentist.
Yeah.
Um, in the 15-minute drive to urgent care, it went full.
Got it.
And I couldn't really speak well. I was tired. I was
Mm-hmm.
losing focus. So we see the doctor, and we're going through, and they're like, maybe it's a cardiac thing, maybe it is COVID. And then the doctor goes, smile. And like the right hand side of my face is the only side that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, you're going to the ER. We're going to call ahead. So I don't remember the drive to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
I remember walking in the ER and sitting down to check in. And then I'm out. I have a gap. I'm remembering parts of the hospital ambulance drive because I had to
Mm-hmm.
go from where we live in southern New Jersey. Atlantic Care is the main company.
Right.
And their stroke care system is in their hospital in Atlantic City. So they gave me a medication that's an aggressive clot buster, which should catch it if it's in the first 2 to 3 hours of a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
But to take that, you're under ICU watch for 30 hours.
Sure.
In addition to the fact that I was dying.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember getting the injection. I don't remember the check-in. I remember being in an ambulance and Jen not being there.
Flashes and bits and pieces.
Yeah. I do remember the thought of like, I wish I had my phone to record this.
You would. You would.
And then I remember waking up in the ICU trauma waiting room, waiting to get a room. And there's like a 45-minute period of time in all of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because like to drive from mainland to Atlantic City is about 20 minutes to a half hour by itself.
Sure.
And where I start remembering is being in the ICU trauma waiting room, and the guy there goes, Jane. And I went, yeah. Like, Doc Jane? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh. And starts telling me about how he worked with my posthumous father-in-law, and I'm like, I can't articulate anything. Like, I sound worse than drunk, but I'm just like, I'm dying. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he's like, who's your wife? And I was like, Jennifer. And he goes, oh, and then calls Jen, and it fucking sounds like he's inviting her over for coffee.
God.
He's like, hey, it's Steve. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, Mike's here. You want to come back? And I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
So she comes back. I see the head of neurology. I see a bunch of people. I don't remember conversations. And then I'm taken up to the room I'll be in for the next 4 days.
Okay.
And as soon as we get up there, the head nurse went to middle school with Jen.
So now
it's like
we're going to layer in, it's a small world after all.
Right. And I'm like, I'm glad you two are reconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's more important things to talk about. But then it proceeds to be like that. So the best part of that is that I get to tell a story a little bit later. So I'll just remember all of that, and I'll come back.
Okay.
So I'm in the ICU for a couple days. I get discharged to PCU, which is not. I wasn't good enough for normal hospital. I wasn't bad enough ICU.
Sure.
I was there for a couple days, and then I went home.
Okay.
And had my first doctor's appointment where, well, no, you came by.
Yeah, I came by.
You came by. And then I had my first doctor's appointment. And we're talking about how long I need to be out of work. And it's me. So I'm like, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And she's like, try again. I'm like, 10 weeks. Doctor's like, how about we do 6 months? And my brain could not, comprehend that. Looking back, I was a fucking idiot. But to be fair, 3 days before my stroke, my uncle, who is 20 years older than me, had a stroke. He recovered in 30 days.
Yeah.
So I have learned the valuable lesson that nobody's strokes are the same.
Nope.
So I'm in speech therapy twice a week. I'm in occupational and physical therapy twice a week each. As you said, marked improvements.
Yes.
Things are going better. Jen puts me at a solid 70 to 75%. I was advised this week that I have to be comfortable that 90 may be the max.
90's the new 100. Got it.
90 might be the new 100. We'll know by November.
Sure.
So then, I'm in speech therapy, and me, the social butterfly, makes friends with everybody. So I have very great speech therapists that I can't remember the name of the company. I could just look it up. I'm not going to look it up. We'll deal with advertisements later. But they're very Jersey people.
Yep.
2 very Jersey ladies. So it's very blunt, very direct, a lot of laughing.
Love it.
And Jen comes in and she's like, can I throw him in the deep end? And this is like 2 weeks ago. Okay. Can I throw him in the deep end? And they're like, what does that mean? And Jen's like, I'm worried he's going to lose like his wit and quickness. And can we put him in an improv class?
Nice.
And one of my therapists said, no, you will kill him. He's like, no, you don't know my husband. And she's like, I don't doubt that he can do it, but she's like, he's still having difficulty processing multiple things simultaneously.
Right.
And then Jen blurts out, well, he did stand-up comedy. So then the therapist is like, oh, great. You're going to write a 5-minute routine. And that's your homework for this week.
Nice.
Because you're going to write it. And then a week later, you're going to read it. It took me a fucking week to write a comedy, 5 minutes of comedy.
That was the one you were starting when we were up last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a while. And for Patreon supporters, I will read that for you later.
Nice.
But that's where we are. We're 14
Mm-hmm.
weeks post stroke as of August 20th.
Yep.
Um, the epiphany is I had a stroke and a month later turned 49.
Yeah.
So time is not. I've got closer to end than beginning. And I have put so much of my
Mm-hmm.
filmmaking career on hold because of Zcon and the guilt I felt.
Mm-hmm.
That guilt's gone. Um, Zcon, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
I had my stroke, I think, a day or so after we got back from the location.
Yeah. Yeah. It was real quick after.
Yeah. So we were at a location for that was going to be Zcon.
Yep. And 8 other things. It was
And
perfect.
it was fucking amazing.
Yep.
Like me and you and Brooke were all like this, like you and I recorded stuff
Mm-hmm.
to go announce it, and then I had a stroke.
Yep.
Right before I had a stroke, we learned that he sold the property.
Yep.
um, so that is the sixth location in a year for Zcon that has
Mm-hmm.
fallen out. Um, the scope and budget is just too big right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you, uh, we'll do that afterwards. Let's do the things that we're doing right now.
Sure. Um, yeah, no, thank you. That's I think for anyone who has had the good fortune to not be in a medical predicament like that, it puts perspective on kind of life and the situation. Um, and I will add to that, as frustrating as it may be having the medical professionals there kind of, kibitzing or catching up, or making friends with everybody else around you and just kind of ignoring you there, that's probably the best sign you could have had. Because if
Oh
things
no,
were
they
really
don't ignore.
serious, you would be the focus of attention, and that would worry me more than them fooling around and having conversation.
Oh no, in the hospital, I
Yeah.
was everybody's attention.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like. I watched so many
Mm-hmm.
documentaries in that period of time.
Yep.
Uh, the main one that flipped the switch was the most recent one about Terry Gilliam making The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Yep.
I switched physical therapy locations because I wasn't feeling
Mm-hmm.
like the only progress that would happen was when I said, I want to
Right.
do more.
Right.
Like if I would have, I can tell you now
Mm-hmm.
after 11 weeks at my new physical therapy place
Yeah.
that if I would have stayed at the other place, there'd be no progress.
Right. Right.
Because it was just the
Mm-hmm.
same thing every day, no
Yeah.
measurement, no care of improvement.
Yeah.
And now my PT, OT, same place.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working on like multiple complex things simultaneously.
Yep. Awesome.
And they don't ignore me because I am a fucking delight.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Those exact words I was gonna say. Believe it or not.
I am, uh, and these are their words,
Mm-hmm.
joy to have as a patient because I understand the levity of my situation
Mm-hmm.
and will
And you
make
you want to work to improve.
and I want to work to improve.
Mm-hmm.
B, I want to do the work to improve. So I
Yeah.
will tell them like push harder.
Yeah.
Um, and B or C, because there's stroke brain. There's three things. C, I need to enjoy the people I'm working with.
Yeah.
And we've gotten really close really quickly. And I genuinely feel like they care about my care, not where I was at first, who I was just a PT person would see me and three people at the same time for 45 minutes.
Right.
All right. That's
All right.
enough Mike Stroke stuff. We have
enough that. We have updates.
We do.
Updates. So I think the first project update we've got here is The Fright Before Christmas 2. DVDs and Blu-rays. Finishing touches are being put on and polished up now. Getting everything ready, digitally speaking, to go into submission for streaming, hopefully early September-ish time frame, and then depending on how long it takes them to pick up the title.
I have to finish the transcripts, the closed caption, and once that's done, it's going right in.
Yeah.
And then it's however long they pick it up.
Yep. Beautiful.
Then we have the DVD and Blu-ray, which I think John just needs to send 2 or 3 more things for the bonus features.
Yep, a couple little bonus features, and I think we just finalized the DVD cover art, right?
All the artwork is done. But we're doing a DVD and a Blu-ray this time.
Yep.
And I think we should do a DVD and Blu-ray of Fright 1 and Jester.
Okay.
Or not, just a DVD of those, because we have
the Blu-rays of those, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I've seen it in the news a couple of times, and I know a couple of prominent directors and other people with a lot of the streaming consolidation and things coming and going, and people trying to just write off stuff. It may be old-fashioned, but when you hold the physical media in your hand, nobody can come to your house and take it away from you. Whereas relying on streaming, you never know if and when you're going to have it, where you're going to have it, or if you'll be able to get it.
Yeah, that has always been my philosophy on things, even before streaming. Just because I grew up, the store you rented VHSs might not be there anymore. Blockbuster closing, in the early days of Netflix, just sending you discs that you had to send back. It is in a day and age where, as we're looking at the business side of distribution, it is not in a streamer's best interest to keep something in their catalog too long.
Right.
Not, Prime and Tubi are exceptions, but even Netflix is unless they create it, it's got a shelf life, and they now have a whole leaving soon section.
Yep, leaving soon, and things rotating and everything. Right. It's
and then you'll need 4 subscriptions to go back and watch. What was the one I was looking at recently? One of the Marvel movies that's not in Disney Plus yet is going from Stars to this to that, and then it'll eventually be on Disney Plus. Buy a fucking physical copy,
right?
Especially with an indie filmmaker.
Oh, totally.
Because streamers may not pick it up.
Right.
B, when you work with a distribution company like us, more money goes right to that indie filmmaker.
Yeah.
And C, it might not be available for a while because if it's not doing well for other distribution companies, it's just going to sit on the shelf.
Right. Right.
Whereas we want to make sure our stuff stays in rotation and it's
Hmm.
available. And, as long as John and others keep along with us,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we don't see reason they won't, um, we want to make sure their
Hmm.
content is available.
Absolutely, and I think the one exception to that I'll always plug, and I'll have to plug too, is check your local libraries. They have a large physical media section often, and if they don't have something, request that they can get it, or see.
Yeah,
I know I want to see how we can kind of get our stuff in libraries or in library distribution channels, so that even if people may not have the funds to buy it. Tariffs are tight. Hamburgers were $30 for 18 at Costco today. It was
are you
absurd.
kidding me?
No.
Wow.
So you know what? I can appreciate that if you got to feed a family, you may not be able to buy a DVD, but use the public library. Um,
Yeah,
Take advantage of those
yeah.
services while they're still here.
Um, I don't know that some of John's stuff will be library appropriate, but we will try.
You know, we'll see what we can do, and maybe there's a market then for a PG version.
Yeah.
But
Um,
but yeah, so Fright 2 is good, and you know, there's a one and there's a two. Who knows what might be coming down the line?
I mean, we do. We just need to make sure
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
actually
we
going to
do.
get done.
It needs to actually get done, and that for sure. But good things come in
Um,
threes, so we'll see.
so, also, prior to me having brain damage, um, we were talking about Rifters.
Yes.
Rifters is having a slight bit of a delay.
Hmm.
Uh, we want to clean up the music,
Yep.
but all the other pieces are pretty much ready to go.
Yeah. Yep. We got the last bit of the extras and everything there, so it's just making that film as good as it can be for all involved, and then getting it out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, so that'll be a
Hmm.
um, early Q1 release
Yep.
because we want to give it a premiere.
Yep. And we're gonna
Uh,
do, I think, definitely Blu-ray, definitely vinyl for the soundtrack. Will be our
we'll
first
do
soundtrack,
we'll do DVD as well.
and we will do DVD as well. Perfect.
A lot of the gravers are requesting DVD.
Um, we will give the people what they ask for.
Yes, but as you mentioned, we're releasing the score.
Hmm.
Um, Super excited.
Yeah.
We got a vinyl. That soundtrack will also be the extended soundtrack. We'll do digitally, right?
Yes, the extended one will be
Right.
digitally on all the platforms that way, but we wanted to make sure that the key music that deserves the vinyl release, that kind of encompasses the emotions of the film, gets its due.
Yeah, because we're limited to 2 discs of 20 minutes each side,
Right, right.
and
Vinyl is limited.
we have 2 hours worth of music.
Yes, yes, we do.
Uh, so that is project updates.
Yeah.
Um, CCon's next year.
Hmm.
Rights on the way. People are hearing and seeing me read our notes aloud.
They're
Let's
seeing you
do this.
multitasking. See, they're seeing progress in
There's
front of them.
there's no multitasking. Just I can't even look at the camera and do the same. Um, so yeah, let's go on to the next bit.
Yeah. So I guess kind of stemming, if you will, from your recent near-death experiences. One of the things that comes up with that, and the way it's kind of had us pivot around Zcon, and what that means, and how we not just a brush with death changing the way somebody looks at something, but also you know taking a real look at what's what's the purpose, what's the heart of kind of the purpose here, and as much as we want to and will, do right by everybody who was a part of that. We want to do it the right way. We sold them a specific idea and quality story with Zcon that
Right.
we couldn't just do with bathrobes in a state park, so to speak. Um, so we want to take the time to do it justice. We want to take the time to do it right, but knowing the frailty and the any moment can essentially be your last.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean put everything else on hold.
Well said. Um, yeah, I mean, during my stroke, we learned Lara Rapinski passed away, who is in ZCon,
Mm-hmm.
big supporter of it. Um, and her death and my stroke, and now 10 months out of being 50, uh, ZCon is going to get finished.
Mm-hmm.
A big shift for me now is that it's on my time. I have put everything, like, I have turned down directing projects. I have put scripts I wanted to finish
Mm-hmm.
on a shelf, um, because I wanted to make other people happy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the last 14 weeks has proven to me that, like, it's been a shit year. My mom passed in February. I had a stroke in May. Um, it's time to do more with the time we have left, because I want Big Damn Films to be something that goes on beyond me.
Beyond us.
And what's that?
Beyond us.
Beyond us. Uh, I just said me because I foresee you outliving me, because you run a ridiculous amount. I still can't even run to the bathroom now. But yeah, I want this to be. I'm hopeful it would
Mm-hmm.
last 20 years after we're done
Yeah.
existing. I would be really lucky. We would be really lucky if this
Mm-hmm.
lasts 100 years after we're gone, like Disney or
Mm-hmm.
Trauma, you know. Um, and honestly, the invite to Rose City Comic Con
Yeah.
on the 15th anniversary of Browncoat's Redemption,
Mm-hmm.
um, is kind of the wake up call. The amount of stuff that we could have done in that time instead of
Yeah.
Zcon.
Yeah.
That again does not diminish Zcon. Does
No.
not mean we're not doing it, but it is a bigger budget production,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to create things that have capital.
Yeah. We don't have the time. We don't have the bandwidth, and we yeah, it's just not there right now. And to do it justice, um, there's that pivot to quicker, dirtier. Um, I we may talk about this a little later, but it's kind of that good, fast, or cheap. We want Zcon to be good, and it's not going to be cheap. And if we want it to be all three, it's not going to be you know any of those. But can we do other things that are maybe fast and cheap and good enough, or find ways to make what we want to make, or help you know
Right.
not put things in the back burner.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want the word cheap to sound bad. It doesn't, like. So let me elaborate a little bit more. Uh, to match the great quality of work we did on Zcon, we're going to need close to $100,000 to finish the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We can make 10 movies with $100,000.
Yep.
You know, I grew up in my film career. Fuck, stroke brain. I grew up with my film career looking at Robert Rodriguez,
Yeah.
who made Desperado for $7,000 and change, who does not have the technology we have today. I looked at Kevin Smith, who made Clerks for, 37,000 on credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
And again, their costs were ballooned because they were shooting on film.
Yeah.
The phone I'm holding up right now has the ability to film in the same level of quality we did on Browncoat's Redemption in 2009.
Yep.
I could also edit my movie on my phone. We're at a place now where technology has allowed cheaper to not mean a degradation of quality, but being creative with what you have available.
Right.
And that's kind of where we're going with, faster, cheaper. Lower budget.
Yep.
Good quality story. Good practical effects. Good team. And really using all the tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
And taking advantage of as much as digital can do for us now. Because I'm looking at, if Kevin Smith made Clerks today,
right?
And I don't mean Kevin Smith now, but like Kevin Smith came along and shot on his phone, that 37 would probably be closer to 17 max.
Yeah.
I just listened to the audio book for Rebel Without a Crew.
Okay.
And, so after 30 years, Robert Rodriguez did an audiobook.
Cool.
And he said the reason my movie cost $7,000 is because the studio paid $20,000 to master the print for 35 millimeter.
Got it.
And that's why Kevin Smith's cost 37, because Kevin paid for the first print.
Hey, podcast listener. If you're hearing this, you're only getting part of the story. Our Patreon members get exclusive early access to live recordings, bonus content, and the full unedited version of this podcast. Join us at patreon.com/bigdamnfilms and be part of the Big Damn story. Now back to the show.
If you're hearing this, now you're back from our little Patreon paid member break.
Yep.
Take it away, Logan.
Sure. So, I guess we got to talk about what's coming up. Along the lines of, after some of the setbacks and stuff we've endured with ZCon and some of the lifetime setbacks that some of us may be dealing with here, we're not taking it lying down, and we've developed a little something that we're going to be working on in the next couple months. Something fast and frugal, because it's not going to be cheap in quality. That's not really what we do. But we want to create. We want to, get stuff out there. We want to work with new people, work with cool people, work with, build our big damn army, if you will, of cast and crew and everybody who wants to support and make stuff with us. And to that end, we'll go into it more, I think, next time. But we're looking at shooting a very quick horror anthology in the next couple months.
Yep.
As well as simultaneously, because no good deed goes unpunished,
shooting both a documentary about making that and a mockumentary about the character in the anthology. So we're trying to do a threefer here.
Yeah. Um, the sorry, stroke. Um, yeah, we're doing our first Big Dem feature film.
Mhm.
It being a horror anthology gives us a lot of flexibility due to my health. And
Mhm.
we will be filming it this year, and
Yep.
we will be releasing it next year, and it will be the calling card of everything we can do for any filmmaker that wants to hire us
Yep.
as their distribution company or production partner.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm really excited
Mhm.
because now these podcasts will also act as a production diary.
Mhm.
Um, and I have not been trying to find the right words. The last time I was really clear that a film was going to do well, that I did, um, was Browncoats. I knew Zcon was going to do well. Um, I just couldn't foresee it going to the way it did.
Yeah.
But with the team in place, the plan in place, using the 15 years of knowledge, filmmaking and storytelling, and having a very talented production crew who
Mhm.
have just as much experience, I'm very excited to say that, like, I know this will do well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to set the bar on well. Well means it will have an audience. Well means we will put it in theaters.
Mhm.
Well means we will take it to horror conventions, and we will have physical media,
Mhm.
and we will have a tent pole that we can come back to as a way to work with new talent.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, I think using the anthology model like this, we have the ability to work with a lot more people than we would if it were just a single movie. So we get
Right.
4 or 5 writers, 4 or 5 directors, 4 or 5, others that we can start to work with and build these kind of relationships and connections with, so that when we get to the other bigger projects, we have a much deeper bench to work from. And part of that success too of how well we intend to do this and make this work is that everything that does well gets us closer to that Zcon mountain. And having that funding, when we can do it fast and frugal and have our ROI go through the roof, at least on paper, from what we spent to what we get, that bonus gets put in a nice little savings account called Zcon. And
Right.
we get to do what we've been saying the whole time and working towards, and that we build that war chest to do Zcon proud and do it right, and also honor the need to tell our own big damn stories.
Yeah. I think, honestly, it also looks at a new model of how we want to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Of every feature will not just be a feature.
Yeah.
It'll be a documentary about making that feature. It'll be hours of additional social media content.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be, you know, creating expanded
Mm-hmm.
universes and merchandise material, and really um, a framework for how we could go to a new first time, second time,
Mhm.
10th time filmmaker and say, this is what we do, from soup to nuts.
Yep.
From idea to execution to what that looks like after.
Yeah.
And the other part is that we get to be equally transparent with you,
Mhm.
because we're the company making it.
Yep.
We're the company distributing it.
Mhm.
We're working with an IP that we've created.
Mhm.
So there's nothing preventing us from saying, this is what it looks like to book theaters. This is what it looks like
Yep.
to put out a schedule for the movie to be released. This is, all the stuff that we wanted to do on Browncoats, but
Mhm.
weren't allowed to do.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, and movies like this are something we can guarantee that we can do once a year,
Mhm.
every year. And I know you're happy that we're working on something.
Absolutely.
I'm happy that we're working on something. I'm super happy that we have a creative workaround for my health.
Yes.
Because I could not right now do a feature by myself.
No, not the way we talked about doing ZCon.
Not the way that we talked about doing CCon.
No, no way.
But what I can do is essentially a 48-hour film festival
Mhm.
level schedule.
Yeah.
And then a really elongated post-production time.
Yes.
Because that way the other directors can then pick up the slack for the rest of the slack is not the word. Pick up the reins
Mhm.
and finish the movie. And allow me to have time to recover, and allow me to
Right.
prep, post, and all of that stuff.
Yep. Yep.
You have this really great note that I like.
Okay.
And here is that the film and entertainment pie is big enough for all of us to have a piece.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many. It's whenever anybody makes something, whether it's you know, um, what's the Star Wars saying? Bathrobes in a state park,
Yeah.
or whether it's a full on $100 million production. They all got made. There are audiences for everything.
Yep.
There are legions of people who love nothing better than that backyard storytelling, and how human and gorilla and just real it is, because it's not this polished production. And there are legions of people who love the polished productions. The entertainment world, the film world is big enough that all you have to do is make something, and you can carve out your own niche for it. And we've spent a lot of time trying, like I said, trying to make something for everybody who supported it, trying to make it as good as we know it could be. But we also need to realize too that all anybody sees is we're not making anything, and we need to make shit. We need to carve our audience. We need to find our piece. We need to practice and draw and fail 10 times before we succeed the 11th, and shoot those or practice those 10,000 hours to get to mastery. And we're not doing that. And if we don't do that, then we're cheating ZCon out of it being even better than it could be, if we had everything line up 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So it's big enough for all of us. We need to do it. This kind of I think mindset and project planning, if you will help us do that, will help us get better quicker, build more contacts, build more relationships, have the putting as proof that we can make it. Here's how we make it. We can do it. We can do it for you. We can do it for us. And here's how we go forward.
Excuse me. Yeah. Well said. And that's the thing, is that we don't have to overcomplicate this.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Damn Films can be these small budget, quick turnaround movies, and it could be the big, tentpole gala movie that ZCon will be once finished.
Right.
And there's everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
Documentaries, stepping into other genres that we haven't gone into yet.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
It is.
So yeah, stick around. If you're upset that we're not immediately finishing ZCon, I say this with love. Fuck you, I have stuff I want to do before I die. If you're excited for what we're doing next, reach out to us. If you've worked on a Big Damn Films project, you know that we welcome everybody and anybody, experience or otherwise, to be involved in any way they want to be.
All you got to do is want to be there.
All you got to do is want to be there. And I want to make one last note very clear. Everybody's getting paid on this project. It is a scrappy, ultra micro budget horror film. Cast and crew will be very small. I'm the only person volunteering my time. For a multitude of reasons. But everybody will be paid fairly. Everybody will be taken care of. It will be a combination of the production crew living at my house for 2 weeks, so we all get to hang out and socialize, and then bringing people from outside to stay at like local B&Bs or hotels where whatever we need to. And that's exciting. So I think this is a good place to step out.
Yeah. And there you have it. So that is the first post-stroke episode of the Big Damn Podcast for 2025. Big shout out, as always, to DJ Zafer for our intro and outro themes.
Before we wrap things up, we're going to kind of change this up a little bit and give a huge shout out to our Big Damn family over on Patreon. So we want to thank Amy Hassa and Bill Farrow at the Big Damn Hoodie tier, plus those other two fuckers at that tier. To Heather Love at the Big Damn Coffee Cup tier. Thank you. Steve Woods, Lauren Budd, the Big Damn High Five tier. And last but not least, our free tier of supporters, Victoria McBride and Scott Reed. So you guys are what's keeping this Big Damn dream alive through your support. You're going to be getting information sooner than anybody else on future projects. Don't worry, ZCon people. Anything ZCon related will go to them first, to the crowdfunding supported people first, and then come to Patreon and then go to social. But if you'd like to join the list of Big Damn supporters and help us make indie magic, check out our Patreon at Big Damn Films and find a tier that's right for you, even if it's free. Yep. Every bit of support means the world, and we don't function without it.
Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like us on all the social media platforms, and stay tuned for a lot more behind-the-scenes sneak peeks of what's coming from Big Damn Films.
And Patreon supporters, you can look for more hour and a half long plus podcast content as I'm recovering from a stroke. Thanks for listening, and as always, keep telling your big damn stories.